Hello, welcome back to another video tutorial here at Geekatplay Studios. My name is Gary Miller. A couple months ago, I received an email. Someone wrote in and asked, "How do you make sewer pipes?" And because I had learned a way to make sewer pipes, so I could build a model previously, I thought, well, making sewer pipes is easy, and I set about creating a fast little tutorial here on making sewer pipes. And if you've seen the tutorial, it yields good results. It makes very good sewer pipes. The unfortunate part is there are a lot of extra steps involved, and in addition to that, it doesn't offer a great deal of flexibility if you want to create sewer pipes in a very specific arrangement. Well, the other day I was over at C4D Cafe and watching a video tutorial on making that great little desktop toy called Newton's Cradle, and 3D Kiwi, who does many of the tutorials over there, when he was working through the tutorial, as soon as I saw him use a tool in a particular fashion, immediately I thought, now why didn't I think of using the tool that way when I made my sewer pipe tutorial a couple months back? So after seeing that, I thought, well, I got to redo this sewer pipe tutorial, or this tutorial can also be the results can also be used for making a drainage pipe. So I created this green building here. It's not really a building, but it's a form that could be like a building. And if you wanted to create a sewer pipe or a drainage pipe or any type of pipe that followed a particular contour, this is the tutorial that I should have made a couple months back. So what I want to set out to do is I want to create a piping system that comes up here, comes up this wall, comes over, up, comes back, around, and then up, and across the top. Now if I tried to do this using my previous method as I showed in the tutorial, it would be very time consuming, far more time consuming than it needs to be. So I'm going to delete these pipes, and I'm going to get started making them all over again in a much easier fashion. So what I'm going to do is come over here to lines and click on polylines, and I'm going to click right down here at the bottom of my little building here, and I like its placement, so I'm going to come to a full screen view now. I'm going to hit my space bar because that will constrict the movement of this polyline tool to going only vertical. And I'm going to come up a little bit above the edge of the building here. I'm going to click, and now I'm going to hit my space bar again, and that will constrict it to only allowing the tool to move horizontally. So I'm going to come over here about in the middle of this face here, and I will click. Let me zoom in, and I will come over now, click there. Now I'll hit my space bar and constrict the movement of this to vertical, and I'll click there, and I'll click my space bar again because now I want it to be horizontal, and I will click there about in the middle of that face, and I'll come over here, click. Now I need to have it go vertical again, so I'll click my space bar one more time and come up. Now I need it to go horizontal, so hit the space bar and then click there. Now let's see what the arrangement is of our polyline, and I like that. Let me change the color of this building here to something that's a little darker, so that we can more easily see our polyline. There we are. Okay, what I want to do now is create those 90-degree bends, and they got to be 90 degrees. Those 90-degree bends for the perfect sewer pipe layout. So I'm going to come over here to select points, Control A to select, I want to click on my curve and make sure, yep, dynamic geometry is off. So with my curve selected, select points, Control A to select all my points. I'm going to click Shift and click on the end ones because I don't want those selected. Now I'm going to come over here and use my chamfer tool. Now I have a range set of 5, which creates 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points in here. And the more points you have, the smoother your bend will be. But I'll just go with 5, that's fine. And you can adjust the radius of your bend here. Now here's one of the things that's nice about this method. If I shift and click off, I can, let me see, I'll shift and click off of this one and I'll shift and click off of that one. Now I want this particular profile of my bend to appear on just these corners that I have selected. So I'll click OK. Now I'm going to come up and click and select the corners that I did not select previously, and I'll select them now. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, I want a different profile of a bend. So click on chamfer and I will apply a different bend to these. So this is a far more flexible and powerful way to create pipes of any sort. Let's say I want 8 points on this one, on the ones that I have selected now. This is a far more powerful way to create sewer pipes, or pipes of any type, because I can do it all on one object rather than, like the previous tutorial, you had one pipe object and you had to duplicate it and arrange it, duplicate and arrange, duplicate and arrange, etc. So this is a much better way. So I like that. I'm going to validate that. And let's come and examine our work. We've definitely got different bends, different radiuses on our pipes, and I like that. So come up here to surface modeling, click on thickness, and let's add a little thickness to our sewer pipes. I like that. Click OK. I'm going to come over here to select edges, and to create those little collars, I'm just going to select the edges at the beginning and the end of each bend. And this produces very good and reliable results. Select those. Move over and grab them. I'm going to loop them. Let's make sure I got everything. Did I get everything? Yeah, I think I've got everything. Okay, so I have all those looped edges selected. I'm going to come up here to lines, click on curve extraction. Now, let me hide my sewer pipe and my building. I've got all these little rings. Now what I'm going to do is come over to surface modeling and click on thickness and just dial in a thick, oh, excuse me, I don't want that. Let me abort that action. Let me select all my curves again. With them selected, I want to use vertex modeling. Come over here to sweep surface, and I want to use the axial function. I'm just going to make these collars about like that thick and hit validate. Now I will click on my surface modeling, click on thickness, and let me re-enable my pipe, and I'll just dial in an outer number there. That looks good, and validate that command. Now with all of those selected, I'll just weld them together, and so now we've got a sewer pipe or drainage pipe, water pipe, electrical pipe, any kind of pipe you want that can follow the contour of any surface or any object, any building that you create. So I think this is a much better way, much easier way, and offers far more flexibility in creating sewer pipes than my previous method. So that's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching here at Geekatplay Studios. My name's Gary Miller. Have a good day.